Today we'll look at how to do remarketing, or commonly referred to as retargeting, on Google Ads for more real estate leads. Let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Question of the day: have you remarketed on Google, YouTube, or Facebook in the past? Let me know in the comment section down below. We're here in Google Ads, and in the last video there was a few comments about the interface looking different. So chances are that if your interface looks different, was because you recently created your account. And whenever you created your account, you went straight through and created a campaign as you were being prompted to, rather than on that first screen whenever you create your account, on the bottom it should say switch to expert mode. So that's a big difference. So in the past, that interface that you get locked into whenever you create your account from the scratch, from the start, that was called Google AdWords Express. And then you had to switch to a more advanced, I think back then it was called advanced, but now I think they actually call this interface expert. So that's a little history lesson. Now, if you went ahead and created your campaign and created the ad that they were suggesting, all you have to do is go to Tools and Settings, and then right on the setup, I believe, towards the bottom, it should say switch to expert mode. I haven't found a way for me to switch over to the other interface in order to come back to this interface. So my apologies, or else I'd show you how to do that. But I believe it's in setup, and at the very bottom it should say switch to expert mode. So just giving you a heads up on that, because there was a few points of confusion in last video. All right, so here we are on Google Ads. Now that we have that out of the way, in order for us to do remarketing, again, commonly referred to as retargeting, we need to have an audience that we can retarget. Now, whenever we're launching ads, basically we're launching ads to a cold audience, especially on Google Ads, because this audience we don't necessarily control all that much. Yes, we can control the demographics, the income, and things of that nature, but they truly may not know our brand. So we're advertising to a cold audience from the outset, regardless of how targeted we can get. So when it comes to remarketing and retargeting, we have an audience. As we advertise to them, every single person that gets added to our little bucket, to our little audience that we're able to remarket to, because they've at least seen our sales pitch before, if they've at least seen our brand, they've seen us in some capacity, so we're able to remarket them. That's all that remarketing is. So we're marketing again, so remarketing to those people that have at one point engaged or seen our ads. That's all it is. So let's not overcomplicate it. All right, and in order for us to do some remarketing on Google Ads, we first need to go to our audience manager. So you see here I have a few audiences that we could select from, but I want to show you how to do that from a Google Ads sense. We're going to go to audience sources. And now you're going to have basically two ways that you can remarket on Google Ads and create that custom audience. Remember, it's that key, being able to pull this audience back out so we can market to them. You can do that directly through Google Ads, or you can do that through Google Analytics. Unfortunately, today I have an issue. Actually, I've had an issue for going on 3 weeks now. I migrated away from Squarespace over to GoDaddy, and it's been a cluster. So I'm not gonna do the Google Ads version right now, the Google Analytics version right now, because that's still in flux. I need that's on my list today. So I need to fix this in order to create the custom audience. Let me reset. You can actually create the audience on Google Analytics and then push that audience over to Google Ads. Now, again, if this was up and running like I was hoping for, then I would go over to Google Analytics, create it, and then push it over to Google Ads. But right now it's in flux, so I can't do that. However, it doesn't take the ability of us creating that audience that we need in order to remarket to them. we can do that through Google Ads. As you can see, I have several of those already ready to go. So what we're going to do is go to details. We're going to scroll to the bottom and you see the tag setup. Install the tag yourself, email the tag, or use Google Tag Manager. Google Tag Manager is another Google product that serves to keep up with all of your tags. All right. Now what's important here is the global site tag. So for those of you that have advertised on Google Ads in the past, you have heard me say Facebook Pixel, Facebook Pixel, Facebook Pixel. So the Facebook Pixel version on Google is the Google site tag. So you're going to see the global site tag. Did I say Google? The global site tag is the important part when it comes to retargeting. So this code right here, think of it as your Facebook Pixel, but here on Google. So if you've ever tried to remarket or retarget on Google, this is what you need. That global site tag is the equivalent of the Facebook Pixel, and it works very much the same way. You're gonna take this code and then put it over on your websites. You're gonna put it on your Squarespaces if you have that, over on your WordPress if you have that, ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, Kajabi, Shopify stores, wherever the case may be, whatever online asset that you have, you embed this code on the header. So we're not going to actually go and install that today, but just wanted to give you where to go to get this this actual code from. All right, and once you have that code installed, you're going to come over here, go to the audience list, and then go to website visitors, people who visited your website or landing pages. Again, we're extrapolating that audience or identifying that audience so we can remarket to them. And then in the audience name, whatever website that you're using, let's just say it was to a certain landing page for buyers and a certain landing page for sellers, you would name it right there. And then you get to see what type of visitors you want. So you see visitors of a page who also visited another page. So if they went to one of your websites and then, one of your pages and then clicked onto another page, then you know that's a more engaged person. Visitors of people who did not visit another page, so you're excluding people. So this is most common whenever somebody is going through the progression of giving you their information or buying a product. Did they get to the cart and then leave, or what happened? You know, things like that. Visitors of a page during specific dates, visitors of a page with specific tags. So you get to select what you want. What we're going to do is visitors of a page, and then you're going to go based off of a URL. So you would put the URL of the landing page or the website that you're using. You would put that URL right here. One quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. Also, don't forget to check out my free courses, link in description. And when it comes to your pre-fill options, assuming that you have the global site tag already installed on your pages, you're able to go back 30 days for whatever website that you're choosing. But again, it's important that you have the global site tag already installed because it can't go retroactive on something that it never captured information on. So as long as you have the global site tag already installed and you're creating another audience that you want to target, you can go back 30 days at max. Or you can start with an empty list. The most that people can stay on your list is 540 days. And this is where you get to select that. So the maximum membership duration is 540 days. So you can keep an audience of 540 days. So almost, what's that? A little bit over a year and a half. So you're able to keep an audience for 540 days back. Now, assuming you've had the global site tag already installed for those days, but you're able to retain that audience and market to them again. And then you're just going to put the description of the audience. We're not going to create an audience right now because we already have one ready to go, but we're going to cancel this right now. And now we're going to go back to Google Ads. And now we have everything that we need to remarket. So we're going to go to create a campaign. All right. And then you have the goals. As goals go, the sales, the leads, the website traffic, those three basically are the same one. So whenever you click here, there's some pre-saved templates, or there's a framework that you're going to follow whenever you select these. so it reaches your goals of sales, your leads, your website traffic. But basically these top 3 are the same, and also these top 3 do require a conversion for you to create your ads. But what we're going to do today is check out brand awareness. You're going to see display down here. But when we create a campaign without a goals guidance, you're going to see, check out display, display. So you have access to these types, these campaign types. It's just that you're not selecting the goal. All right, so we're going to go with display. Create visually appealing ads that serve across the Google Display Network, on YouTube, and on mobile or in-app. So this is across the Google platform, across the Google network. So we're going to go here, and then you're going to have the option of a smart display campaign versus the standard display campaign. I don't like the smart display campaign. I don't know why. I wish I had a valid reason, but I just don't. I've been accustomed to the standard display campaign, which is different. So that's what we're going to use today. If you've used the smart display campaign or are using the smart display campaign and would like to share your thoughts in the comments, I'm open to hearing why I should switch over. I would most welcome that, and I understand it says recommended because advertisers with your campaign goal on average get more conversions using. I understand that. When I split tested, it just didn't work out. I'm biased, right? So again, let me know if you're having success with smart display campaign. Power to you. Let me know how that went. But something pretty cool, check this out. Gmail campaign, show interactive ads to people as they browse their emails. So if you have a Gmail account and you've noticed that promotion tab on the right hand side, or some advertisements show up on your actual Google browser, Gmail browser, or whenever you're on Gmail, then that's how they did it. So you can do that as well. We're going to go with standard display campaign. We're not going to worry about the name today. But then we go to location. So we have the United States. You can enter another location. Let's just say you're wanting to retarget everyone in Dallas, which is going to be the metro area right here. So again, we already have our list, but we want to retarget those people that have at least come to our website, and they're going to be in this geography in Dallas-Fort Worth. So don't worry about the impressions right now because that will go down once we select how they've interacted with our business in the past. And then you can go people in or who show interest in. Now this is where people get mixed up. Or who show interest in. Well, somebody from Seattle can have interest in Dallas, and it would show up over there. So depending on what you're doing, the type of campaign that you're running, if you're after sellers, then it's most advantageous that you go with people in or regularly in your targeted locations. If you're in the relocation business, or if you're in the moving business, or if you're in some sort of non-geographically bound business, then yeah, go ahead and or who show interest in. So again, this would work mostly with relocation folks. So the people that are in Seattle looking to move over here, California, looking to move here, then they would have that type of reach. All right, and then you can exclude, well, I almost left it there. Exclude people in your excluded location, so you can actually exclude people, but we're not going to do that. Languages is fine for us. Bidding, this is important for you. If you've set up a conversion event, as a reminder, conversion events, go up here, tools, and create a conversion. We're not going to do this in this video. I have 2 to 3 videos in this particular channel, in this channel, but on this particular topic at length. So we're not going to go and create a conversion right now. But if you have a conversion, then it's okay for you to use these 2. If you don't have a conversion, if you leave these 2 selected or one of the 2 selected, then your ad is not going to run. It's going to show like it's getting approved, but at the end of the day, it's going to show 0 impressions, 0 people. It's just not going to work. So then you would have to go and viewable impressions. That's what you would be left with. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but again, I would much rather have a conversion which tracks the actions, the events, something that's meaningful to me. So if they convert it into a purchase or they convert it into a lead, I'm able to track that. So that's why we'll leave conversions. And I think I have a few conversions already highlighted, so we're going to be good to go. All right, we're going to scroll down. The budget for this campaign, we're going to say $50 a day. And then the delivery method, standard and accelerated. Standard, it's going to average out to the amount that you're saying, $50, whatever that is, times 30. What's that? $1,500. It's not going to, although it says standard, it's not going to spend $50 today, $50 tomorrow, $50 a day from tomorrow. It's going to spend $50 on average. So today it may do 40, tomorrow it may do 60. The day after that it may do whatever, as long as it averages out to $50. The accelerated, you're spending it as quickly as possible. So if most of the impressions, and there's a lot of demand in the morning, it's going to blow through as much as it can. It's still going to average out to $50 a day over 30 days, but it's going to spend it. It's going to spend it as quickly as possible. The additional settings, don't get overwhelmed because there are a lot. The reason that they're here in this setting is most of these were actually towards the bottom, or I guess not in the in that little drop down arrow. The reason they're presented this way is because they weren't being used as much. So that's why they have them in the additional settings. You see the ad rotation. So if you have multiple ads, you can do you can set up the rotation, the ad schedule, when you want them to run, start and stop dates, devices, if you want them on specific devices. So you see that right there. Computers, mobile phones, and tablets. Frequency capping, since we are doing a retargeting campaign dependent on how large your audience is, this is wise to set a limit. So you can set a limit impression per day, per week, per month, the whole campaign on each ad group. So as an example, if you only want to show your ad or your impressions 5 times per day, that way you're capping it. And the reason that it's wise to cap it if you don't have a large audience in this custom audience that you have waiting to retarget is because as soon as it hits that 5 impression cap, it goes to that next person, right? So it helps you. It helps you reach those people that you're trying to retarget. If you left this blank, a small, or let's just say a fraction of your custom audience would get 50 impressions, and then the other people may not get served. So you want to cycle through your custom audience in that way. All right, so we'll leave it at 5. That's fine for us. Campaign URL options. So if you have a tracking template you want to use, you can go there. Dynamic ads. Use dynamic feed for personalized ads. We're not going to do this right now, but check out that you'll be reminded to upload your feed when the campaign is ready. So it's a different form of advertising. We're not going to use that today. Conversions, and you can select the conversion. Remember, we are bidding based off of conversions up here. So we can select the conversion that we want. So you can select the actual conversions that you want to target. For right now, I only have 2 enabled conversions, or else there would be more, but you can select the conversion to highlight there, but we'll just leave that for now. All right, and then content exclusions. You can exclude your so your advertising won't show, let's just say, in tragedy and conflict sites, or sensitive social issues. So as you see here, this is wherever you want to not advertise, you would select that right there. And then you would name the ad group. So the ad group, this is the targeting. This is, you can either target people or you can target content. The people is right here, and then the content is right here. So with people, who you want to reach, define your audiences, demographics, or both. And then the content, where you want your ads to show. Narrow your reach with keywords, topics, or placements. For our ad today, we're only going to focus on people because this is that remarketing aspect of it. That's the reason that we created that audience that we did. Actually, we didn't create one, but I showed you how to do that. So you would go to browse, you would go how they have interacted with your business, remarketing, that's where it is. And then you would go to website visitors. So as you see, I have several ones to choose from. But we're just going to go with this website. So those that visited this website in the past 30 days. And we're to scroll down. You can, depending on how large your audience is, you would select based off of demographics. This particular audience isn't large at all, so I don't have to do anything with demographics. And then in the content, so you see what it looks like, you can, based off of, you can go based off of keywords. You can go based off of, we're not going to do that today, but you can go based off of topics, placements, and everything else. All right. So now we go to target expansion. Increase your reach based on the positive targeting and settings selected above. Added reach. Reach more users by letting Google look for high-performing audiences similar to your target. Expanding reach can increase impressions, clicks, and conversions. So if you have a smaller audience that has already visited your website, then what you're giving here, what you're giving Google the authorization to do is reach more people that are similar characteristics, similar to a similar audience, or also, let's just see, lookalike audiences, a special ad audience. If you're used to advertising on Facebook, you're able to do that, or you can say, hey, don't do that, and then just expand it this way. All right, so we're gonna leave that right there. And then dynamic ads, use a data feed for personalized ads. We're not going to create those types of ads today, but we're going to go to create an ad, responsive display, and now you're going to see something pretty cool. This is you creating your ad. So the final URL, you would put the URL that you want to send traffic to. So if you're sending them to a buyer's landing page or a seller's landing page, you would put it right here. Well, we're not going to fill that part out. I'm not ultimately going to run this particular ad. I just want to show you everything that you can do. You would put the final URL right there. You would go to images and logos. You can scan your own website, use the images from your own website. You can upload your own images. You can use stock images or use the ones that are recently been used in your assets. So assets are something that you create beforehand so you can have them preset. But when you go to stock images, check how cool this is. Check how cool this is. So you go to house, and it gives you Shutterstock images. So if you're advertising a house, you can use the image, adjust it right there. Actually, we don't want to use a square one. Move myself, go to continue, save. And check that out. So you see websites and apps, and then Google properties. You can see what it looks like in desktop form. You can also add videos. On videos, you can add up to 5 videos. So the videos, you can actually use them from YouTube. So the videos that you have on YouTube, recently used. So you see some that I've recently used in the past. And then your assets as well. So that's where you would go to use the videos, which are essentially YouTube videos. And then your headline. So if you're going after buyers, you would put a headline that's going to advertise to buyers. The long headline, so you see right here, buy this house. How would you like to live in this? Oops, I thought that was a long one. How would you like to live in this house? Isn't low price. All right, and so what you're doing right here is you're adding different headlines, and this is up to 5. Headline 4, and then headline 5. You're adding different headlines, and it's showing you what it looks like because it's going to go through and cycle. Remember, we selected what we wanted to that we wanted it to cycle through the best performing ones. Now that the rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. You would want to add a call to action right here, whether that's visit, let's say download, contact us, book now, learn more, whatever the case may be, you do want to add a call to action so they're prompted to that next step. But the last thing I wanted to highlight here is the fact that you can put your URL right here and you're going to get ideas. So check out the view ideas. If you're selling, let's just say, products or services, what does your business offer? Bouquets from local grocers, certified pre-owned cars, web hosting plans. That's giving you ideas of headlines so you don't have to come up with everything from scratch. Book your hotel in Las Vegas, schedule a test drive today, compare over 100 great offers. So it's giving you ad creative. That's basically what it's doing. And when you go to descriptions, I find this part the most beneficial. Descriptions should support your headlines. Consider including text about these topics. So the benefits. One-stop shopping. We service all makes and models. Fast and friendly delivery. Then the trust aspect. If you're trying to build on the trust aspect, over 10 years of experience, official site, certified and accelerated. So it gives you keywords, buzzwords that they know they have the data that have proven to win out because they have all of these advertisers advertising on the platform. So there's a reason that they're selecting these because they know that they're working. So if you put these buzzwords that denote trust, then your ad's going to perform quite well. And then the rest of it is pretty straightforward. At this point, you would just put your business name. You can add up to 5 descriptions. You don't have to, but it would cycle through and give you the best ads. And then you just create your campaign and you've just retargeted. Well, this is how to do remarketing, or commonly referred to as retargeting, to get more real estate leads. If you found value in this video, please be sure to subscribe so we can talk again soon.